Allô, Nissan? Hey, grosse tempête, hein?
Hey, Karine, oui, je sais, les vilains bonhommes de neige sont de retour.
Mais avec le Nissan Rogue à traction intégrale, c'est pas stressant.
Exact, il est conçu et testé pour nos hivers. Oh, Karine, il y a un bonhomme dans le Rogue.
Ah, c'est correct. J'ai allumé les sièges chauffants.
Ah, bien joué, Karine. Maîtrisez toutes les conditions. Louez le Rogue S 2026 à partir de 0,4% jusqu'à 36 mois, incluant une réduction fidélité de 0,5% pour les clients Nissan admissibles. Jusqu'au 2 mars, sur approbation de crédit, les conditions s'appliquent. Détails chez Nissan.
Yeah, it should be a welcoming place, right? Montreal's metro system. It's been an iconic part of our city for decades and decades and decades. Now, though, we have growing concerns about safety on the metro. And by the way, our phone line and text line, 514-790-0800. If you have a story, a recent story of experience on the metro where you didn't feel safe, I'd love to hear it from you as well. We're going to kick off this in transit by speaking to one Montrealer who wants to share their experience at Lionel-Groulx Metro Station on Monday afternoon. Sebastien Gutierrez joins us now on the line. Sebastien, welcome to the program.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. Listen, I caught wind of your story on Reddit and read what you experienced. And, you know, I'm seeing too many stories that fall into that category. First things first, Sebastien, why don't you tell me about how you use the metro, why you use the metro. Tell us about that, your day-to-day and what the metro means to you before we get into what happened.
So I normally go to the metro or use the metro when I go to my college. So this is my day-to-day life I take from the Côte-Vertu or du Collège metro station, and then I go to Lionel-Groulx. I pass by there. I change the metro to go on the Green Line to my college there. And so, it is useful for me when I take the metro.
Well, and let me tell you something. As you say how you use the metro, I think back, right? The years I did exactly what you did. You know, I used to go from Côte-des-Neiges, from Plamondon Metro, and then I'd switch at Lionel-Groulx to go to Dawson College, right? Or then go to Concordia University. So you speak to me when you tell me about how you use the metro. So take us to Monday, okay? What happened on Monday afternoon?
So I arrived at Lionel-Groulx around 4:45 p.m. I transferred the platforms to go to take the other train. So I arrived 1 meter behind the yellow tactile, so I was somewhat in a safe distance. Mm-hmm. However, I was minding my own business, and there was a guy coming by surprise. I didn't see him. Grabbed my bag and started shaking me. I was destabilized. I almost fell down. If I had fell down, I could have been either electrocuted. Mm-hmm. I could have either been hit by the train. But no, I was able to be up. I turned around after he finished shaking me. He tried to leave. So I saw two agents close by. So I say, security. He tried to push me off the truck. Then he took the guy away. They took the guy away. And then 1 minute later, the train passes.
Jeez. So basically, you're either a meter away or you're a minute away from a much worse situation. You could have been killed if things were just a little bit different.
Yes.
Is this your story? Are you, before it happened to you, were you seeing more and more situations in your day-to-day on the metro where, things felt unsafe?
To be honest, not really. But I have heard a lot of stories on Reddit and about some incidents happening on the metro. I remember one day that there was almost 2 attempts of suicide. There was recently a guy tripping an older man who fell on the track.
Jeez.
So it's those stories who is a big part of the problem.
Let me ask you, Sebastien, when you go to the security agents, right? Take me through what happens. Take me through how they respond, how they make sure you're taken care of. What happens once you talk to them?
All right. So when I said security, that guy tried to push me off the track. The 2 agents took the person. Then there was a witness who came with me to defend me, and he said, yes, I saw him trying to push me on the truck, and then the two agents took the person up the stairs and kicked them out.
Kick them out. Were they arrested though? Or they were just thrown out of the metro? No arrests, nothing?
They were kicked out of the metro station. However, for me, on Tuesday, I went to the police station, filed a police report. Now they are still under investigation. The person who talks to me on the phone yesterday told me that the person tried to grab me. So that would be some sort of assault.
Yeah.
And that person looks like he was a recurring offender.
Ah, gotcha. Someone who's done this before.
Yeah, it's going to be easy to catch them.
We're with Sebastien Gutierrez, a Montrealer, had an incident at Lionel-Groulx metro station on Monday afternoon. He's telling us about it and how he almost lost his life if things were just a little bit different in that situation. So, Sebastien, what do you think should be done? Like, what should be done to avoid this happening again to others? What would you like to see?
I would like to see the glass panels barriers like we have at the REM or other cities outside of North America. For example, in Japan, there's a lot of glass panels, glass barriers to prevent suicide, to prevent objects to go on the tracks and possibly avoid some delays, the recurring delays of the metro.
Gotcha. And do you feel the security presence is okay? I mean, you mentioned how there were two security agents right there. Do you think anything should be done on that end? Maybe
implement a bit more of security agents there because yes, Monday there was there, but normally when I take the metro, I rarely see security guys or agents at the stations.
And how has this affected your metro usage this week? Are you doing anything differently now riding the metro?
Right now, I'm trying to be more vigilant. I'm trying to be more careful. I'm trying to see who and where they are, who they are. Trying to analyze my situation, where I am putting myself in. I also try to back up close to the wall to prevent my stuff to recur that situation.
Sebastien, thank you so much for coming on the program, sharing your story, and I hope gives people who use the metro something to think about so they can also protect themselves. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Sebastien Gutierrez is a Montrealer who had that incident at Lionel-Groulx metro station. Let me read you. Sebastien brought up Reddit. I brought up Reddit before. Here's one that was just posted 16 hours ago from another Montrealer. Place Henri, 5 p.m., going out of the station. Dude was standing on top of the main staircase. He said something to me. I didn't listen. I was listening to music. And when I turned my back to him, he pushed me against the small staircase by the exit. Luckily, I was able to grab the railing with one hand and avoided falling face first into the steps. That's just someone else. And then on the text line here, someone saying, hey, just some words about if someone tries to push you into metro tracks, how they would respond to that. But here's the thing. If you're listening to music, you're on your phone, you're not paying attention, you're reading a book, it's easier said than done that you'd be able to fight back or push back when you're just minding your own business.